Yeah. So then I was like, do you even mitigate damage, bro?
Shard pulls commencing.
Oh, here we go, baby. 2-time sacreds. It's time. Arena all day, baby. Here we go. Let's go. Come on. 2-time sacreds. Make Papa proud. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Call me up. Call me up.
Calling Norog.
Hey! Yeah! 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 Sit down, Draco! You didn't get... Okay, well, do whatever you can. I know you can't sit. You're a lizard. Just roll over or something. Play dead. I don't care. You didn't get picked Arbiter. You didn't get Hegemon. Hey, Necrith. 10 times is over, baby. You've come and gone. It is my time now. Time to mitigate some damage and make people pay. I'm going to make this account so good. I'm going to make it amazing. This guy's going to go from 0 to hero. He's probably on Reddit right now, typing away. Oh, I never get legendaries. How am I supposed to ever compete in Arena? Everything's broken. Then he's going to get me, and he's going to make it all work. He's going to be in Platinum. Hey, Tau. Hey, Gods and Legends. Hey, Mad. Hey, FTP1, you're not free to play. We get it. You've pulled so many of us, it's crazy, but there's a new game in town. It's this account. I'm coming through. I'm gonna win. Yeah, I'm gonna win, baby. Who is that guy? Get the rare out of here. You know what you can say? You can have my seat, rares in the Legendary Lounge. I don't even care. You can have my seat, because I'm out of here. Good luck to all of you. By good luck, I mean sayonara. Hate to be ya. I'm going through the portal, grabbing my gear. I'm gonna make things happen. Bye! Woo-hoo! Where's my music? Where's my entrance music? Where's the fame and fanfare, baby? I've come to win if... Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mad Capper, and this is another video on Raid Shadow Legends, and another in our series of I Built Them So You Don't Have To. But before we get into that, a subtle reminder that it is 2-time sacred event happening this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you want someone to open up shards for you, I will be opening up shards around 6 p.m. on Friday Mountain Standard Time, around noon to 2 p.m., somewhere in that time range on Saturday, and Mountain Standard Time, of course, and on Sunday between 10 and noon, somewhere around that time. I alter my time slightly to make room for me watching other content creators, to be honest with you, but I will be streaming all 3 days. Also, maybe tomorrow night, but of course there'll be no shard opening tomorrow. Hopefully you have good luck. I'm actually not going to be opening up my shards. The only rule I have is if we do get ourselves a hype train at level 5, I'll definitely open up a shard, build whatever champion I pull, as is the standing rule in my streams. Other than that, we won't be opening up my shards. We are waiting for 10-time events only. That is a decision I've made, but probably for most of you, not the decision you should make. Hey, 2-time sacred, the best time to get yourself a sacred champion. So be ready, be there with me, anyone else, open them by yourself, locked in a closet, crying, whatever it takes. But it is time to talk about Ursala the Mourner. So without further ado, let's talk about my favorite looking champion in the entirety of the game, Ursala the Mourner. Let's take it right into the action with Ursala the Mourner, the Void Affinity champion of the Banner Lord. Her A3 is Requiem. Requiem is a revive all allies with 75% health and fills a turn meter by 50%. Additionally, it casts a 60% increased defense and a 25% strengthen on all allies for 3 turns. It is a 6-turn cooldown bookable to 5 with 1 single book. Next up, her A2 Waves of Grief. It attacks all enemies and has a 75% chance, bookable to 100% chance, to place a 50% decreased attack on all enemies for 2 turns, as well as place an increased attack of 50% on all allies for 2 turns. This is a 4-turn cooldown and 8 total books to get to a 3-turn cooldown. last but not least, Lance of Penitence. Her A1 attacks one enemy, has a 40% bookable to 55% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 10%. We took her into the Ice Golem to demonstrate what it might look like when the dungeons go to level 25. Obviously, this being a much lower level, I believe it's level 18, much easier time, but it kind of still holds true. We have a couple force affinity for some big time attack. We might need some tankier foes, maybe some defense down, maybe we replace Lua with a Tyrell, and then of course we have Ursala, who I think will absolutely thrive in this new meta, or the new dungeons as it were. She's got strengthen, she's got defense up, she's got attack up, she's got attack down, she has revive, everything you need. And of course, I have Vogoth in here. I plan to do a video on him as well. He's going to be a great weak affinity tank. He's got tons of HP. The more damage he takes, the more he heals your team. A perfect complement to this sort of magic dungeon run where every time he gets hit, he heals, and if by chance he doesn't heal them enough, then Ursala is here to pick them back up. So at the end of the day, while this isn't exactly a speed run, I think speed runs, at least for the short term, are going to be a thing of the past, and we're going to have to look at new ways of beating these bosses. Not very strong for quick flash farming, but overnight runs, do you care if it's 30 seconds or 3 minutes? Probably not. The point is, will it be worth it? We'll have to wait to see. We'll have to wait to see what the waves are, but I do feel that Ursala is absolutely the perfect complement for dungeon runs. Being Void Affinity, arguably, she'll probably be a perfect complement for all the dungeons, save for maybe the spider run. Even then, who knows? She can pick people up, she can decrease turn meter, she's got it all. An absolute full kit on an absolutely amazing champion. Time to talk about how we built her, and I'm planning on using her within the arena. Many thanks to Mac Chan for his video, which I'm going to put a link in the description down below. Mac Chan, if you want to understand Platinum level arena from a Platinum level player in a Platinum level account that gives it to you easy to understand, informative, and frankly, very likable manner, check out Mac Chan and his channel. It is one of the fastest growing content creators around, and it is giving you end game Platinum arena content. Based on his latest video, I put my Ursala, the Mourner, in a Swift Parry set. I am pairing her with another Revive champion, and we're using them in the arena. We'll get to there in a minute, but first let me show you how I have her built out. We have her fairly slow. That's mine. That's on me. That's something I'm going to have to improve based on her Swift Parry, but it was more important to get her into the gear. So as you can see, we have her in a Swift Parry and speed set, and getting her a total stats of 54,397 on the HP. Her attack 2366. She can do a little bit of damage, but we built her out to be a little bit more survivable. 3403 on the defense, speed of 183. This can definitely improve. I want to try to get this as fast as humanly possible, but for now 183 is where it is, so 183 is what I have to work with. And then crit rate, crit damage, just gonna do a little bit of hitting, not her main focus. And then that 363 debuff accuracy, looking to land where it can, if it can, but it is more important for her to put on those buffs and to get up the revive if she's around, if she procs that Swift Parry. That is her key function, not to be able to, or not to be able to land the debuff, which is the smallest part of her toolkit, the way that I'm using her. As we take a look at her skills, of course, we have them fully booked. You got a 1-turn cooldown here, beautiful. This is 8 books, and this is 5 books. But because this is 1 book, it makes it feel a little less yikes. And then don't forget her aura, which we didn't really feature, but is an increased ally speed of Doom Tower battles by 24%. I have yet to use her in this iteration of the Doom Tower, but I did use her for a little bit in the previous iteration of the Doom Tower, and I suspect had I not had other legendary champions, she would be a perfect fit to speed up your champions and make sure they're going before some of those champions that can lock you out, cool you down, put block debuffs on their own team. So very good for Doom. Very good for Faction Wars. I do use her in the Faction Wars. And of course, you can see I believe her to be very good in just about everywhere as far as dungeons, especially when we're talking about level 25. These are her masteries. I haven't changed these masteries at all, so I'm going to actually re-look at them and maybe rework them as I use her in the arena a little more. We'll see how well my kit works, my defense that I'm using her in works when we get to a little closer to Sunday and we start seeing some more competition. But we put her down here to Selfless Defender. At the time, I had her in way more HP, and then we just went for the Timely Intervention and the turn meter boosts and sort of thing. I have no problem with this. We might want to go with Lasting Gifts to extend duration of buffs. We might want to go with the... we do have a random skill cooldown. We have the 30% chance of increasing the turn meter when a buff cast by the champion expires. Those are the three that I think are really important. Plus, getting her some accuracy is never a bad thing. So this is how I built her out. Like I said, I would still go to support and defense based on what I'm using her for, but I think we could maybe play around with some of the choices here, see if we can't get her more turn meter things, something like Cycle of Revenge, which I really like. I really appreciate it, especially when we're using, as you'll see in the moment, with Vogoth, who is going to be the one taking the damage. I don't need her to take the damage, the Bulwark as well. So, with that said, let's take her to where I'm going to be using her in the short term, and that is over to the arena. Here we are. This is a team I do not want to face, but for science, we'll face them for science. So here they are. Boom. Immediately we get hit with a huge hit. Look how little health he has. He's got 2 bars, right? We got 2 people on lockout. He's back up. Boom. Still 2 bars. He's got more health now than he had before Skullcrown went. That is the power of Vogoth. It's crazy. There, procced her fake swift parry. Just hitting. He's still got the same health. Now, what we're going to do here, we're going to do that. And the only reason I did that is because this will go forever, because they'll keep trying to hit the wrong champion. And then this could be a 10-minute fight. But if it was on defense, we'd probably keep going after the Skullcrown or one of the others, and it would play for another 15 minutes until they quit or finally got a good RNG on their freezes. But there's a good example there. Boom. A win. Just sustain. That Vogoth crazy. She's there. Here's another one. Sure, let's do it. Here's another one. Okay. Again, hit this in auto. I don't care this time because there's no freeze mechanic to make this last forever. So look what they did. They've got the block cooldowns. That's a big deal. But guess what? Doesn't matter. We've revived. Right? This is how it's going to roll. This is what's going to happen. Boom. We killed. We've taunted. They got the first hit. Doesn't matter. Vogoth keeps people alive. In that case, didn't matter. Swift parry was blocked by the block buffs. If it procced, we don't know. But it was blocked. And yet we were still able to win because we have 2 revivers, both of them with swift parry, both of them fairly, I wouldn't say super tanky, definitely the area that I want to work on for this team. I've got a ton of growth to go in swift parry gear. Very hard to get it if you're not running in platinum every week, but I use every core hammer I get on swift parry to continually stock up and fix the thing. So there's one. Let's do one more. It's not my favorite one. This is quite the look at that 410 resist. We've got double win conditions. Honestly, I think this is a loss, but let's give it a try. Let's see what happens. The point isn't always to win, it's to stall. So how long can we make them try to last, right? How long can we survive them? Two and a half minutes. Yeah, keep going. Vogoth, keep going. Oh, there it is. 2 minutes and 34 seconds against a team that's filthy. That's a filthy team. Okay, let's talk about the defense that you just saw. This is the group I've been using. We're testing it out. We're always going to be improving this as we get Swift Parries, we get Cloud Hammers. Hopefully, as we see a few more top 300 finishes, Platinum Arena, we'll get some more Swift Parry gear, and we'll be able to min-max that Arbiter and Ursala, and we still have some work to do on Vogoth, but here's the team that we've built out. I actually need to change it because at some point, I want to make sure, until I change her masteries, which is not a priority for me. She currently has Bulwark, and I don't want her to take that damage. So we want Vogoth to do that. So we're gonna reverse the order of them until I get around to changing her masteries. Just don't want to spend the gems right now. So that's how we want to make sure that she's after him, so he takes the damage reduction, I guess it would be called. So let's take a look at the battle log here. Now, I actually talked to Rat on Discord. He got a hold of me. He was kind of laughing about my defense because it caught him off guard. That's the whole point. I want to catch people off guard with that. I want people to go in not expecting to get what they got. And he brought in a double hegemon team, got frozen out, got locked out, and ended up losing the first time. And then he came back with the Rotos, which is an easy counter to Swift Parry, but people don't normally, unless they're doing the double Roto Siphi combo, they're not usually bringing Rotos into the arena, especially on Platinum. So my hope is to catch a lot of people off guard with that. I'm also going to, I'm just going to use that during certain points. I'm going to switch in. I have a couple other tricks up my sleeve. We're going to switch champions in and out just to keep people on their toes throughout the night on Sunday. Hopefully I can push Platinum Arena. As it stands today, I will be, but I still have 2 more days of work where that can change. So there you go. We got a loss here, but then Oleg, same thing. Brought in, I need a strip. I can't just bring that. So then he had to bring in a different team. Bobbin didn't come back for more. The Frost, twice. And then finally he goes, I got to bring in Rose for this. This is ridiculous. Probably cursing and swearing at me. This is what I want to see from that defense. Kobe beat me. Mortal Hand walked away. Heimdall, same thing. Came in twice. I want to see that. Anytime I see someone twice, the defense has done its job. So, even though it's not min-maxed quite where I want it to be, it's not my ultimate best of everything, I'm really happy to see that defense. So let's take a look at what the champions look like here. We're going to jump into the champions real quick. I'm going to try to make this quick because, I like to ramble on. First, let's talk about Canderfon. Canderfon in immunity and savage gear, sitting at 6k attack, 177 speed, 251 crit damage. He used to be much faster, and he would actually speed through my immunity, Madame Ceres. So I had to slow him down. The big thing was, of course, changing it out to these attack boots to slow him down. That 177 is intentional. When he gets too close to 200, a couple hits on him, and he's boosted past the rest of the team. In this case, it doesn't matter, but in the immunity team I also use him in, matters a great deal. Masteries real quick. Biggest thing here is we want the Helm Smasher. I really like deterrence, especially against those Torment teams, because I do use Canderfon on defense, and we like the Cycle of Violence to get back to that 8-2. Next champion we used was our Arbiter. We have a couple of Arbiters. This is our Swift Parry Arbiter, and with speed, we have her at 296 speed. The big thing is 4,200 defense, 4,263, 43,671 HP. I will absolutely sacrifice, even as I kind of get a second look and third look and continue to min-max this, I will sacrifice speed for HP and defense. And the reason why is, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to be the fastest. This Arbiter will never be the fastest. They'll always be faster than her coming into the fights. So I have to concede that I'm not going to be first, and I have to use masteries and abilities to then get my turn in. And that's what we're going to do with her. That's how we're building her out, to have that Swift Parry. In lieu of, the Mac Chan's video where he's had Duchess and Siphi. I don't have Duchess and Siphi. I have to make do with Ursala and Arbiter. I do have a couple other options. I'm probably going to outfit them, honestly, in Swift Parry as well, as I get more Swift Parry, and have multiple, 2, 3, 4 options that I can slot in and out, keep people guessing, keep people confused. That's a great way to have to run your defense when no one knows exactly what you're running, and you're switching things up and confusing them. So anyway, the reason why her speed isn't that critical to get over 300. I mean, 300 is the minimum I'd like to have. It's because of this. As the champions get below 25% HP, she's going to get 20% turn meter. As she gets hit by trunges with Savage Gear, they're going to be hitting crit damage. Hegemons, maybe, if it's a hybrid or a nuke Hegi, they're going to hit with crit damage. And when they get hit with crit, she's going to get turn meter. If they die, she's going to get speed, which is going to equate to turn meter. She's going to be able to get turn meter. So I'm not too worried about that. I would still like to push her speed up a little higher, but this is a good starting point. I'm really happy with the first iteration of the Swift Parry Arbiter. And finally, the hero of the show. Look at that. I haven't even finished his masteries. I use him for the advanced quest to master a champion, and I've just been running him through enough to unlock the next one. So, life hack. When you're doing the advanced quest, have one that you can just run through Minotaur and slowly peck through. It's a little tougher now. We're on T5s and T6s, but we're going to take him to Selfless Defender, and we're going to take him to Bulwark. Again, him taking the damage instead of his allies, that's the key here. And then we'll probably take him to Spirit Haste, because I don't think... I guess he puts a leech if it's not 100%, maybe that. I got to double check that. Other than that, the Provoke, neither of those do it. There is an argument to be made for Fearsome Presence, but I'd rather him reduce the damage on my allies than for him to be able to extra 5% to Provoke. So there's the team I use in the arena. That's the result. I'm pretty happy with it. I think we're going to have fun this Sunday and the next couple Sundays as I continue to test and refine this team and continue to add new variations. I already have nuking variations. I have a Morty Macabre sitting in the works. I have a Foley in the works. And I have two ethos that I actually have built, my regular offense ethos and an ethos I can use under special conditions. So I'm going to have a lot of fun with that this weekend. Anyway, it's time to go to our final thoughts on Ursala the Mourner. Ursala the Mourner. First off, she was one of the champions that we were given a sneak peek of her artwork before she was ever released into the game. This was quite some time before she was released into the game. We had no idea what her kit was. All we got to see was what she looked like. At the time, everyone was calling her Dark Martyr. We didn't even have a name. Turns out she's Ursala the Mourner. She's one of the Banner Lords. She's my favorite looking champion. The embroidery, the detail on her outfit, from the chest plate and then the cloth covering it to her shield with the gleam. Look at the gleam and the shine from the lighting, and then that weapon with the glow, and then of course the makeup. She's a mourner. She is in mourning the death of her husband before she marries me. That's basically what it is. She's awesome looking, but more importantly, her kit is amazing. I am absolutely enthralled on what this kit can do. You have a Doom Tower increased speed by 24%. 24% is a big deal, especially out of an epic. It is, I believe, tied for the most on the epic level for any type of speed aura. Obviously, there's certain champions that have, I think Gorgrab is 24% all areas, but there's not a whole lot of champions with higher speed, which puts her very important just for her aura. She has the strengthen and increased defense on the same thing for 3 turns. Talk about Doom Tower, talk about level 25 dungeons when you're getting hit by much harder, much stronger creeps. I suspect 20 to 25 to be overtuned, as it always is. Think Faction Wars, think Doom Tower. There's going to be a struggle at first to figure out the teams, and I think someone like this, until we crack the code of how to speed things up, someone like Ursala is going to give you sustainability and survivability between this, which can revive and put that increased defense and strengthen. The only thing I don't like is that she uses it even if no one's dead, which is good to keep your whole team alive. But the problem is, because it has such a big cooldown, sometimes it's a long wait before you can revive any champions that die after the fact. That's my one kind of gripe about it. Kind of wish it was a 5-turn to 4-turn cooldown. That'd make me feel a little bit better. Her A2, love this ability. Yes, it's a lot of books. Not a fan of so many books. I would love to take out a couple levels there. But at the end of the day, it's 100% decreased attack, 100% increased attack, 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. This is going to be helpful as well, right? So first of all, you've made them hit you not as hard from this ability. Then you're hitting harder. And by the way, you're increasing your defense, survivability, your strengthen, survivability. If you have defense-based champions, you're giving them a boost to their defense, which can hit their strength as well as, of course, their survivability. Everything about her. And then she just has a little extra. Why not? On top of it, she can do a little decreased turn meter. Who knows? This might be what it takes. Her and Blind Seer together could work on Fire Knight 25. We don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing what that happens. Void Affinity. That is the biggest part of this whole kit, is that we do not have to play around with, is she going to be good in? She's going to be good in all runs from 21 to 25, in my opinion. Maybe not speed, maybe speed. Maybe she's going to be what you need to sustain long enough to get your nukers to do the damage they need to. Imagine her with an Iron Brago, right, where he can do major damage with high defense. He's putting his defense up, and then she's putting it up. You're just running this cycle. I think there's a lot to be desired about this kit. I love it. I love her. I think that as I get better Swift Parry, I'm looking forward to really min-maxing her abilities. I think she's a pretty easy farm in Platinum Arena if it doesn't proc Swift Parry, just because her stats are pretty low. Her defense is obviously very, very low. Her HP is only slightly okay. But I think with better gear, from my perspective, I can really push that to its limit. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited to use her more often. Built her out quite some time ago. She didn't really have a home in any of the dungeons because of speedruns. I kind of stuck to a crisp meta in the Doom Tower. And Arena, thank you, Mac Chan, just was the push to build her out completely different and start using her. And I expect I'll be using her everywhere in the future. That is it for me. Thank you for joining this video. I hope you enjoyed the new format, the new look. We're probably going to go this way forward. It is a lot more editing on my part, but I think it's going to help to be a smoother overall video for you guys. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm looking forward to. Good luck on those 2-time Sacreds. Good luck on your future. On Tuesday, the new raid dungeons, levels 21 through 25. RIP Septimus. Final words. Do not like the fact that they nerfed it, but they didn't actually nerf it. They didn't nerf the champions. The ability to do enemy max HP is still there. It's just been taken away from the bosses in 21 to 25 and the Doom Tower bosses. Not a huge fan. Still good for faction wars, but I'm really hoping that there's other content that they unlock enemy max HP, or in my opinion, give us normal does not lock enemy max HP and only hard Doom Tower. Something, because we have Septimus, we have Royal Guard, we have Cold Heart. These champions are glass cannons, and if you take away the ability to use that in these dungeons, they become a lot less usable. And I'm just really hoping that we have other content, expanded content, or we loosen up the shackles, maybe only make it level 25 dungeons. I don't know, something so that you're not completely eliminating a key component of this game, enemy max HP damage, from even being usable at all. 10%, while 10% is still going to hit harder than most of your champions, there are still champions. I come to think of mine. Phoenix is A1, her A2 on Alika, and those sort of abilities. Shamael, those sort of abilities are going to hit for much more potentially than 10%. So it's a little frustrating that you're capping it at 10% for these champions. There's my rant. I'm done. Please stay safe out there. I get my first vaccination shot tomorrow, so we'll see how that feels. I might stream tomorrow. Well, probably stream today, and I've already gotten my shot by the time you see this. I'll probably post this tomorrow afternoon. But thank you for joining me on the video. I hope you appreciated it. Leave a comment down below. What do you think? What do you think of Ursala? What do you think of the new format? What do you think of clouds in the shape of boobs? I don't know. Give me your thoughts. Please stay safe, be kind, and we'll see you in the next video.